If you've been back and forth about whether you should get an MBA or not, then I can almost guarantee that by the end of this video, you'll know what you should do. That's the question I had to ask myself. And at this point, by the way, I had already taken my GMAT twice and failed twice. Welcome back to my channel where I teach high achievers how to land new jobs they love at companies they love. And in today's video, I'm going to be helping you answer the question, is an MBA worth it? I'll be sharing the 4 questions you absolutely must ask yourself before you even decide to fill out an application for business school. And if at the end of this video you decide that maybe an MBA is not for you, then I'll tell you what to do instead so that you still get hired for a job you'll love without an MBA. So be sure to stick around until the end so you can weigh all of your options. Okay, so let's get into it. First, you should know that I actually took my GMAT 3 times and I had plans, all the plans in the world to get my MBA. I even invested thousands of dollars in different prep courses to help me when it came to studying for my GMAT so that I can get into one of the top business schools with plans to use that for my career and so forth. I'll tell you what happened as I go, but I just want you to know that I definitely was team MBA, and I asked myself these 4 questions that helped me think about getting my MBA and going back to school a little bit differently. And so I know that it's gonna do the same for you, especially if you're on the fence. So question number 1, why are you considering getting your master's degree? Do you wanna get an MBA because you feel like you're not really sure what you wanna do next in your career and you feel like going back to school will help you buy some time and help you figure it out? Or do you want to get an MBA because you know that's gonna help you be successful in your career, it's gonna help you be competitive and help you stand out when it comes to moving forward to the next opportunities that you're interested in? Is it a distraction to buy you some time? Is it gonna make you feel like you're doing something with your life at a time when you feel like maybe you're not doing as much as you could be? I've talked to so many professionals who are unhappy at work and who feel like going back to school and getting an MBA is gonna solve their problems, even though they're not really sure what they wanna do next or how an MBA is gonna fit into their career plans. If that's the case for you, then that is moving completely backwards. Your master's degree, your MBA should be a bridge that moves you to the next step in your career. It should not be a hiding place for you to figure out what the next step should be, especially because it's an expensive hiding place. It should be an intentional decision that moves you closer to your predetermined career aspiration. It's not a comfortable waiting room. Next, you should ask yourself if you can land a better paying position in a more exciting role without an MBA. Would you still be interested in pursuing your master's degree? In other words, do you need this degree to grow and be successful in your desired field? Or do you want this degree to help you feel qualified, to make you feel better about going after what you want? Think about it. Would getting hands-on experience get you the same results? Would you get the same results if you buckled down and got serious about getting an amazing job that you'll love? Would that take the itch away for you? Or do you seriously feel like getting an MBA is a part of that strategy to helping you succeed in your career? That's the question I had to ask myself. And at this point, by the way, I had already taken my GMAT twice and failed twice. Or let's just say the scores were not up to my standards for what I felt like I needed to be able to get into one of the top business schools. And mind you, I was a straight A student from elementary school all the way to college. I graduated summa cum laude, and so this was a low blow for me. But it forced me to really get honest with myself and ask myself this question of what if I was actually able to get a better paying position, make more money, do something I love without an MBA degree? Would it all be worth it still? Do I put all my energy back into studying for this test again? Or do I put my energy into finding a better paying job that will make me more fulfilled and make me more happier in my career? Those were the questions I had to ask myself that helped me really understand what I really wanted at that time. I knew that getting into business school would make me feel accomplished, but I also knew that if I was able to get an amazing job that I love, that took my career to the next level, I would immediately ditch my plans for graduate school without even even thinking twice. And once I realized that, I switched gears and I put all my energy into finding a job that I would really love. I really got clear on what my dream job would be, and I ended up getting it. I ended up getting an amazing job at a global PR firm, which was exactly where I wanted to be in my career all along. But if I didn't sit down and weigh my options, I would have completely missed another route towards the success that I had in mind for myself. And if this question has already got you feeling the same way I was feeling, then do not worry, I have your back. I have a free guide on how to go from 0 interviews to dream job offers, and it's helped so many corporate professionals without an MBA be able to take their careers to the next level with new jobs they love. So go ahead and grab the link below, and it will help you do the same, even if you decide not to go back to school. Okay, so let's get back into it. The next question you want to ask yourself is pursuing a master's degree your decision, or is it a decision that others want for you? Are you doing this because your parents or your partner or your loved ones think it's a good idea for you to do? Or are you doing this because you know it's the right decision for you? Listen, I can already tell you that that was one of the main reasons that I was considering getting my MBA for other people. If you don't already know from my name, Adunola, I am Nigerian American, and so school has always been ingrained as the key to success, even as a kid. And so for me, I knew that getting my MBA would make everyone else happy in my family. But when I really sat to think about it, it wasn't what I really wanted for myself. But that was a hard reality. And when it comes to making a big decision like getting an MBA and investing a couple of years in your life for it, you have to be willing to quiet the noise and really get clear on the reasons behind your decision. I had to be willing to be bold enough to follow my own path for success and to figure out what that looked like for me and not for other people. Your desire to get an MBA should be your decision, not a decision that other people make for you. Because think about it, you're the one that's gonna be in school, you're the one that may have to work while going to school or take off 2 years of your life to go to school. And so that should be your decision, something you feel like is worth the sacrifice that it requires. The other question you should ask yourself is, how will this degree impact your career and your future? So you might remember me saying that I took my GMAT 3 times. Well, I didn't tell you about the last time. So the 3rd time that I took my GMAT, it was because I found myself in an unhappy place in my career and I was over it. I wanted change so bad. I wanted to be able to do something else and feel more fulfilled. And so I got into the trap again of thinking that an MBA was the answer to all of my misery. But after failing it again, which I'm pretty sure was due to test anxiety and maybe God knowing that I had no business getting my MBA, I really had to sit down and think about what is it that I really wanted to do with my career. I realized that I needed to stop using an MBA as a plan B and really get clear on my plan A. Before applying to get your MBA, you really need to know the benefit that that degree will have on your future self. A master's degree can be very beneficial, but you have to know that the process is very taxing as well. And so your reason for getting an MBA has to be able to withstand the storms that may come along the journey of being able to get that degree. You should have a strong, solid purpose for wanting to get your MBA, and the reason should be beyond, it's gonna help me figure out my next career step. There are so many other less expensive ways to figure out what you should do next in your career, and your MBA and getting that should not be one of them. Your choice to pursue your MBA should be a clear and intentional decision that leads you closer to your predetermined career goals. Any other reason should be reconsidered. If you decided that after watching this video that getting an MBA is 100% right for you, then wonderful. I am so happy that this video brought you so much more clarity on that decision. If you decided after asking yourself these questions that maybe an MBA is not right for you, or you're gonna get an MBA for the wrong reasons, then do not worry. At least you don't have to make my mistakes of taking your GMAT over and over and over to figure it out. And the good news is you have other options. Even if you choose not to get your MBA, you can still move forward in your career, grow, thrive, make more money, and do things that you love without even going back to school. But if that is the case, then it's time to switch your focus and really start to think about how can you stand out and show up as a top candidate for the roles that you want without an MBA and with the experience that you already have. Now that you've maybe discovered that getting an MBA is not for you, then you need to get clear on what you do bring to the table that will make you an asset for the roles that you want based on the real-time experience that you bring to the next position. If you want help with that, then you can go ahead and learn more about my Career Redefined coaching program, where I'll walk you through step by step how to start showing up as a top candidate, from your application to your interviews to networking, and even all the way down to negotiating, so you get even more money in your next position. You can find out all the details down below. And if you want to take baby steps, you can go ahead and grab my free guide on how to go from 0 interviews to dream job offers, where you'll get a little sneak peek on the steps that it takes to stand out as a top candidate, even if you don't have that fancy degree. The links for both are below, so choose whichever one feels right for you. In my next video, I'll be talking about how to put yourself first in your career without feeling guilty. And so if you struggle with that, then you're definitely going to want to subscribe and tap the bell so that you do not miss out on that video when it drops. And in the meantime, go ahead and enjoy my other videos on how to stand out and get hired. And leave a comment and let me know if this video inspired you to think about getting an MBA differently, if it confirmed that it's the right step for you, or if it inspired you to think about your other options. I'd love to know, so drop a comment and let me know if this was helpful.